Happy Tuesday. I missed you guys last week. As I had mentioned, I had a LCS Summit, a corporate conference that they held for us. So I have a couple pictures to show you from that. But it was a wonderful time. They sent us to Denver, and it was a leadership class. There was 850 of us from Life Care Services between the home office and leadership. And there was motivational speakers, there were classes, continuing education, and the entire focus was on people. So we thought that was really important that our company had invested so much time and energy into leadership, and ultimately the goal was into what leadership invests in our residents. So it was a wonderful week, and Kyle and I both really enjoyed it. So we just really look forward to rolling some of the things out that we went over and learned, and continuing our mission. So I know we have a couple announcements, and then I'll roll into a few updates.
Yeah, good morning. Good to see everybody wearing their name tags. And does everybody have their pendant? Everybody got their pendant? Very
Bunch
good.
of rebels.
And we've got an announcement for the Employee Gift Fund, Andrea. And then it'll be followed by an announcement for FLYCRA with Robin.
Or the other way around.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, you want to start? Yay.
I'll start, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Can you believe that it's already June? Which means that we are in the second half of the year, which means Employee Gift Fund is on the table. Right. You guys did a wonderful job with the scholarship fund. I mean, the scholarship people did a great job raising money and finding a way to distribute money nice and equitably across 19 recipients, and they did a wonderful job. Now we get to do it again. They did 19. We have over 300 associates, right? And we've got 6 months to raise enough money to give them all a nice gift. And remember, the gifts are going to people like the people who do your laundry, who wash the sheets, the ones who do your towels, the ones who do your dishes, the ones who spend hours chopping salad stuff for you. All the things that it takes over 300 people to keep us living the way we live. So, think about it. Make sure you start putting money in the box. We collect at the end of every month. Every dime that goes in will get spent on our associates. So, keep it up.
Absolutely, thank you. I know you guys did a great job last year, and we just appreciate all of the funds and money raised last year, and we're hoping to have a fantastic year for our team members this year as well. Miss Robin.
A heartfelt thanks to you for your support of the Regency Oaks Employee Gift Fund. You guys have no idea. Thank you for her stepping up and being a part of this effort, so our gift fund will continue to be successful in the future. Gifts are from the heart. It's what we feel like we need to do, and that's what we do. We've offered some guidelines in previous years. The most recent was $2.50 a day per person, or $3.50 a day per couple. If that feels good to you, great. That's a guideline, a stake in the ground. But be a part of this. Thank you for our employees. And to move on to what I really was supposed to be talking about today, it's just that's so important to me. Save the date. All you folks, if you're interested, sign up if you'd like to attend the first FLYCRA regional meeting in 3 years in our area. It's going to be in Sarasota. It's going to be on Wednesday, the 26th of July. You'll see sign-up sheets. We are limited. There are some expenses associated with this one. FLYCRA wants to cover the cost of your entry fee for this, the admission fee. However, we do have a bus, and the bus is going to be $10. So please sign up if you are interested. Read the agenda. It's going to be very educational and a great opportunity to see another community from another area. Thank you. More to follow.
Yeah, and if you want to have a joint ride, you can sell your seats in the car too for $10. That'll help pay the rent, right? That's all we have.
Thank you guys, I appreciate the updates. Okay, so just moving into Innovative Home Services, they wanted you to know that in the North Building, S404 on Tuesday, June 13th from 9 to 12:30, they are doing another estate sale. So wanted to remind you, cash only, no returns. Yes, Tuesday today. No returns and cash only. So just a reminder, again, S404. Couple updates from Resident Services. I actually had the pleasure of meeting a candidate, and we are in the final stages of interviewing for that position. She will be meeting with the team today in just a little bit, and so we're hoping to make our final decisions and move forward with filling that position. So if all goes well, we would have had that position sufficiently filled and look forward to moving forward. In the meantime, it does take a little bit onboarding and background and all that fun stuff. So if we do choose to move forward with her, in the meantime, please continue seeing Christine and Carol. They've been fantastic during this interim of us having an associate in that place. So we greatly appreciate their collaboration. So continue reaching out to them for any of those type needs. Okay, so Betsy has a little SOS. Our sweet girl got a mail and she accidentally opened it, but thank goodness, because we are looking for someone who has a granddaughter named Janice who lives in British Columbia, Canada. She sent a card with some cash in it, and we need to know to give it back to her because it never made her to her granddaughter.
Now they all have a granddaughter named
Now
Janice.
y'all have a granddaughter. So if you have a granddaughter named Janice that you were trying to contact in British Columbia, Canada with a card, please let us know. Betsy has your money and probably want to get it to your granddaughter. So all those of y'all watching, please come see her if it's you. Okay, as of now, 0 COVID updates. So we're looking good heading into the summer, and let's just keep it that way. Again, another huge thank you to our 2023 scholarship awards, all of those who donated, all of those who helped supply and make this happen. This is kind of a list of all of those attendees. I know it was on Saturday. I hate that I missed it. My sister I hadn't seen for many years actually came through town, so I got to see her, but I did miss this. And I hate that because I really wanted to be there to see some of our fantastic associates get that. So thank you again from the bottom of our heart for all of y'all who donated. Again, this is some of the photos from Saturday. Thank you to those who donated, hosted, and held the awards. It's very much appreciated, and I'm sure they were very appreciative of that. Just some housekeeping updates from Evan. The team is going to be detailing the north dining room, so polishing the railings, dusting chandeliers and bulbs, detailing window seals, detailing the decor inside the dining cubbies and the baseboards. They will be performing upholstery cleaning of the dining room chairs throughout the week. They are going to break the project up to prevent the chairs being wet during the dining experience. So this will be about a 1 to 2 week project. So they're going to go through there, get all those chairs cleaned strategically so we don't interrupt your meal service. Just a couple pictures of them. Evan was really proud to see all of his team in action. So I know, as we said, we've got about 334 associates. It takes a village to run this community and to keep it looking as beautiful as it usually does. And these are just some great photos of them in action. If there's something to dust, Aurora will dust it. So she does a great job. Okay. Just a couple updates from food and beverage. The seafood options have been updated and reimagined to include beer battered cod and seared sea scallops. That's a tongue twister. Seared sea scallops at dinner. And also they've gotten a new pizza that they're all very excited about. They said it's one of the best pizzas they've ever had. So they wanted to introduce that into the pub and hope that you enjoy it. Food and wine pairing will be June 22nd, next Thursday. So those of you who like to partake in that event, that's actually going to be June 22nd on Thursday. 6 p.m. in the Regency Room, and it's going to have multiple courses with a Latin flair. So we'll love that. Okay, so a little bit more for Father's Day. Ricky just wanted me to remind all of y'all that we will be celebrating all of our fathers here at the community with prime rib and complimentary adult beverages with the holiday hours in both dining rooms. So I wanted to make sure we wished everyone a happy Father's Day, if we had not. And I just included a little photo of Ricky's children. So he talks about them a lot. He's very passionate about two things, usually our food and beverage program and his daughters. So Ricky, of course, is the head of our food and beverage department, and those are his beautiful daughters, Blake and Brooklyn. So, oh, let me move. Sorry. Let me see. Is this better? No? Well, you want me to stand outside? I have to record too. Plant Ops, DMI Paving will begin work on Monday, the 19th. We will be relocating some parking spaces in front of the south building, so we will be starting that project. There'll be some strategy and logistics that go into that, but we'll be starting Monday and more information to come out on that. As you can see, they're still busting up our breezeways for the next another week or two. They've got all the sprinkler work completed, and they are working on the soffit enclosures to cover all the piping. We did just complete the lanai reseals. That was the glass only lanai reseals. And this week they are focused on cleaning all the gutters throughout the breezeways. So this is just kind of a map of the various kind of locations. I did ask Darwin to join me today in case there was any additional questions about this process, and he can just speak to it a little bit more if necessary. Because he's been managing that. I wanted to be able to answer questions, but we can save that for the end. A couple more updates. AV Specialist states that the hearing loop is connected, but they need to return to adjust. So I don't trust them. I'm going to go in there and have to figure that out myself. So until we make any arrangements in there, let me double check to make sure. Do you know, Darwin, if you've been able to confirm it is intact?
It is. They just have to bring the company. They rent the loop actually to
Yep.
connect another part. So that's the part we went.
Yep. So I figured. So they did say they needed to return, so we will most certainly communicate when we can do events like this in there when everything is fully functioning. Speakers are still pending. ... That's all I got for that. So next, exactly. We are waiting Bay Area Stage. The invoice has been paid. We're good to go there. We're just waiting on that install and an actual date from that provider. So lots of coordination of various logistics in that area. So we will have it. It is coming. Other than that, I have not forgotten about the ramp. You would not imagine that it's been so complicated. So in order to get an ADA accessible ramp in the town hall, it would have to be the almost 12 foot because of the regulations and the height of the actual stage. So we are trying to find other pieces of equipment that are not 12 feet long, because obviously that will be very hard to store and move. So again, just a little bit of information on where we're at with that. It's kind of the weeds, but still like to kind of communicate where we're at with the ramp. And finally, our drilling a hole after 6 months. We've drilled our hole, so we're good. In the fitness center, it's done, it's complete. We can put that to bed. I know, I need an applause for us finally getting that done. That's sad. Just a couple updates from Blue Team. They are aware of some of the damaged items from the storages, and they are working on some of those with some of those residents to get that resolved. We are at the near end stretch with them. They are almost done with all of the apartments, and then after that, they will be going back through and doing an audit of all of the units that they have touched over the last year, checking with those residents, following up, doing kind of a quality control inspection to make sure there's no unresolved issues before they depart and move into our more exciting project, the Grand Lobby and Grand Lobby South, as well as the 5th floor as well. I'm so sorry, Grand Lobby North. Oh my goodness. The North Building. Sorry about that. That was a slip. Okay, just a little bit of follow-up. We are still waiting on the parking signs. They're custom made with our logo and design, so it's taken longer than just a regular aluminum parking sign. Emergency preparedness, we've been talking about this. We've been starting the process. Betsy had gotten all of those forms out. If you have not received your forms, please do see the front desk so you can get those. We do need those in by Monday. Actually, we're hoping to get those as soon as possible so we can move forward with the remainder of our planning. So if you did not get a form, please see the front desk. Also, the supplies deadline. We've had the supplies out there at both of the front desks. Please do sign up if you need any of those supplies. And that deadline will be Monday, June 19th. Okay, so grand opening. So it has been met with great response. The fun part is the occupancy to that room is 211. The response has been significantly more than that, which is great, right? We want to be able to celebrate with each and every one of you, and we want to get in there and party hard, really. So I met with the team briefly, and we're meeting again after this meeting. And we are going to do 2 seatings now. That is the only way to accommodate everyone. We've worked it out, we've tried to figure it out, and that is going to be the best way. Because again, I don't want to lose our fire permit, right? We cannot exceed the fire marshal's occupancy, which is 211. So it is what it is. We're going to do the best with what we can, and we're not going to ruin a good party. So we'll have 2 seatings from 4 to 6. Give us time to flip the room, get everything ready, 6 to 8. We will have an open bar set up in the very beginning when you enter in the, I guess, what you want to call it, the main foyer area. We are discussing assigned seating. We've had some wonderful residents offer to assist with that, so we're going to discuss the logistics of that in our meeting as well. We will be reopening it for RSVPs now that we have pivoted to 2 seatings. And we will be asking to assist walking devices, and we'll escort you. We really are trying to keep that type of equipment out of the way just due to the occupancy. We will most certainly escort you to your table, valet your assisted devices, and bring them to you if need be. So do not worry. And it will not be a line up and grab food. We will have a lot of team doing heavily passed hors d'oeuvres. So ultimately, once you get in, we'll get you seated, and there won't be too many reasons why you need to be getting up and down, other than if you just really like the bar. So, which I think most of you do. But other than that, it will be open bar, and we will have heavy passed hors d'oeuvres and 2 types of entertainment. We're working on the second, so it's a little bit of a surprise, but we're pretty excited about it. Again, to sign up, it is through the portal. So. Okay. Then the last, I just wanted to go over a couple photos from our fantastic summit. So actually, they announced during our summit that we actually won LCS, the Exceptional Workplace Gallup winner for 2023. So that's a huge deal. We were all pretty proud of that. This is Red Rocks Amphitheater. It was a team building hike. I'm going to be honest, I did not go because it was at about 4:30 a.m., nor do I hike. So, I got some rest, and I was a good girl and went to class at 8:30 when it started. But it was beautiful photos, and a lot of the team really enjoyed it, but it was quite a long day, so I did not partake in that part of it. This middle photo right here is Dan, our safety man. He's our regional safety and risk analysis support. The lovely blonde next to him is my boss, Sherry Robinson. You've probably seen her before. The gentleman next to her is Brian Hess. He's the executive director at Southport Square, who just unfortunately experienced that very significant hurricane that took out a lot of damage of their community. Jill Sorensen, our fearless leader of this Health Peak portfolio, and that's Adam Funk, and our corporate other risk analysis. Long story short, this was the class they did called Earth, Wind, and Fire, and they actually presented on Regency Oaks and our fire. So it was a great class for the company on best practices, lessons learned, disasters, risks, pre and post processes for those types of disasters. So Regency got a shout out, but it was unfortunately about our fire, but it was very informative information between Regency and Southport Square on best practices, whether it be a fire, a hurricane, a tornado, or whatever your community tends to experience. We had some northern buildings that could care less about hurricanes, but fires nonetheless do not discriminate. So it was a fun class. They were playing Earth, Wind, and Fire when everyone came in, and they just did a great presentation on Regency. So thought that was great. And that little picture down there, if I might have a humble brag, that was another award that I brought back from my last community for the year. So we got one of the top performers, and hoping to bring that to Regency this coming year. So that's definitely a goal of mine. So again, thank you. Again, it was a wonderful summit, great time spent with the company, and really it was focused on investing in us, so we invest in you. So other than that, that's the end. So I'll take questions if you'll have any for me. Chris is coming around. I got a new book.
I actually have 3.
Uh-oh, that's your max.
I really have 4, but I can let one go.
Well, you can see me after if you need.
Will you get a message to housekeeping that when they're cleaning the chandeliers in the north dining room, there's at least 5 or 6 lights out? Some of them have been removed by tall servers, but there's a hole there. So they say they don't replace lights. That housekeeping or maintenance has to do it. So can we be sure that they're going to be on ladders cleaning, they might as well have some lights with them.
Absolutely, I agree.
And the right kind that last a long time, that come to the point, the chandelier lights.
Yeah, I'll get with housekeeping and maintenance, and we'll see if we can bridge that. We want to work smart. If we're already up there, we might as well change it. And you said that was where?
North dining room, which is what you said they're cleaning this coming week.
Will do.
And
Thank you for
since
that.
we have a new menu in the pub, can that maybe be published in the Oaks for people to see before they actually go over there? Or that don't go over there and want to see what the new menu is?
I don't have an issue with that. So if the individuals that actually complete the Oaks for us don't have an issue with that, I certainly don't.
Okay. On the parking at the north, where it's going to be removed during the construction or the paving, I know they're not paving that our north entrance yet, but you know where the stripes are, so people aren't supposed to park real close up to the end of it. The striped parking, it's supposed to be empty. People are parking there now. They'll probably continue parking there until that gets repaved, which is a year away. And if the sign should help, but those stripes should still be there, because when you come in the north entrance and you try to turn left and there's a car there, you can't.
Yeah, what we're doing, whatever we have right now, that's what we're redoing on the striping, and we're gonna start on the back, on the front of the south building and to our side.
You want to repeat that?
Yeah, and if I'm correct, that's also the area I am ordering the no parking signs for. Yes, so that will help address that, and we will continue monitoring that. Right now it says please park in the grass, so it's kind of fair game.
But they're still parking where the stripes are.
Yep, that'll be an ongoing challenge.
Okay.
We're gonna be relocating a lot of people, so for the next week, it's gonna be a lot of people working on the grass in a lot of different spaces, because we're gonna be needing a big chunk to redo the pavement. So just for next week, be patient with us on the parking areas.
Okay. And I have one other one.
Okay.
I want to tell Darwin that I was in the pool this morning and everything worked perfect.
Yay! Great job, Darwin.
Well, then you weren't in the rooms that had no air conditioning, which wasn't perfect, but is that all taken care of now with the cooler? Because I know they've had to reset a bunch of them.
Yeah, so on Sunday, around noon, we had a problem with the electrical. It took out the whole roof circuit. And then we had the HVAC company here, an electrician. We got one of the pumps going. We just have to work on getting the second one. But it's gonna be working right now. We've been working since yesterday, trying to reset all the corridors and area apartment there. Everybody's calling in. But we're working on it, but I think we should have it by today.
Okay, thank you.
So,
And if you divided the cocktail party in the new town hall into the two parts, those that already signed up for the 5 to 7, will they be moved to the 4 to 6 or the 6 to 8, or do you not know yet?
I don't know yet. Yeah, we're gonna have a meeting right after this, and they'll probably just take the first however many they got to the first, and then the last however many they got. I don't know. So they're both gonna be the exact same. So we're gonna do our best, but
But people will need to know which one they're going to.
well, of course, absolutely.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
we
you.
still got 20 days. We'll be good. Don't you worry.
I want to thank Betsy for working the north desk on Sunday. And when we had air condition problem, she stayed on to make sure that it was working again.
Absolutely. Thank you, Betsy. Yeah, so Betsy will actually be here with us the next few Sundays, probably throughout the next month or so. She'll take an additional day off. It will actually be Wednesday.
Will we have a chance to request which seating at the opening?
Well, you're the one that's managing it, so you let me know.
Not me.
Is that what I was told?
I think it's Johanna and
Okay.
Margaret.
All right.
I'll tell them what we want. Thank you.
So Miss Johanna emailed offering. We again have not finalized exactly what that process will look like, but Miss Johanna and her crew will be managing the reservations if we do. We on our team will not be meddling with the reservation request. We have a lot of planning to do on the logistics of the party. So we will either do free open seating, or we are blessed enough to have the residents offer their assistance.
We have a question here that, just to make it absolutely clear, that if you weren't unable to reserve a seat on the current portal, that one you'll have to redo it.
Yes, they're going to reopen it so you can do another reservation. Yes.
You have to do it again.
Not if you've already done it. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, this question is for Darwin. Last week when they were caulking the glass lanage, air somehow was missed. Could you look into that, Darwin?
Yes, ma'am, you're on the first floor, so we won't have an issue doing that one. Usually it's the ones from third floor up that we cannot get with a ladder, but you're on the first floor. I'll put it on my list, I'll get it for you.
Thank you.
What's the apartment number?
A112.
Got it. Thank you. Next question? Any other questions? Okay, well, y'all have a beautiful Tuesday. I appreciate you all, and we'll get more information about the fantastic grand opening. We're excited to host about 400 people now. We'll see you all there.